Hi, I'm Michael from Takumi Go. In this video, I will bring you the news from the World Go Tournament, Quzhou Lanke Cup. After COVID for 3 years, we have a world tournament that is not playing on internet. We finally have face-to-face games from the world's top players. So this tournament stands out. When I am filming this video, the second round has already finished. But anyway, I will bring you the news and some highlights of the first one. Games between Chinese players and Korean players were the most exciting. Korean players leaded a bit and have won 4 games out of 7 games. Around these players, Shao Naidan from Korea and Li Shenhao Naidan from China were being focused, as these two players performed very well on the Internet World Tournament. Some netizens have accused them of cheating. Although the national face-to-face tournament resumed around a year ago in both China or Korea, but there are still some netizens do not believe them. So let's take a look at their performance in real face-to-face game. This is Li Shenhao and his opponent was Wang Shenjin Naidan. Wang Shenjin is a 37 years old player. He won a world championship in 2011. As Go tournament required a very high degree of concentration, the ratings of players above 30 years old declined a lot. Yet, Wang Shenjin is still a top 10 player in Korea, which is very impressive. I think he is definitely the best player above 35 years old. But as his opponent, Li Shenhao, is too competitive, Wang could not hold the game since I think around the 100 move, despite of getting a bit of advantage in the opening. Then, we take a look at the strongest player in the world, Shinjin Naidan. Shinjin is really too strong. He is nearly invincible in this year. It is hard for the toppest professional player to get higher than 80% of win rate in their prime year. I think since we have professional Go tournaments, maybe from 1940s to the modern days, it's very rare for a top player to get around 80% of win rate, but Shinjin can get above it. This year, Shinjin has already 23 combo now, which is insane. He seems doesn't know how to lose a game. In his game against Li Qingchen Naidan, he again won very smoothly. The win rate histogram is just so stable. Another game that attracted many attention is the game between Park Jung-wan Naidan and Zhao Chenyu Naidan. Park Jung-wan reached 30 years old this year, and it is very rare for a player to win a world championship after 30 years old. But Park Jung-wan is still ranked the second in Korea, so he's still very strong. Could Zhao Chenyu beat him? The answer is no. The game was quite intense, but Park Jung-wan successfully won the game at last. So we could see the competition between Chinese and Korea is still the core of World Go tournament. As we could see, the Japanese professional players are no match to the Chinese players. They could not win a game against the Chinese. The greatest chance comes from Yuta Naidan. His opponent was Hao Naidan. Yuta lost against him a few times. So actually this is a revenge fight for Yuta, as Se beat Yuta in the LG Cup final game, I think in 2018. In this game, Yuta led for a long time and has an advantage of a Komi. However, Japanese player is no match to the Chinese or Korean in terms of the later stage of the game. In the Yosei stage, Hao successfully played a comeback and won the game. The most unexpected result found in the games between Chinese player and Taiwanese players. Quzhou, the very famous top player in China, lost the game against A Dan in Taiwan. We will take a look at that game later. Another game between Ding Hao Naidan and Xu Haohuan Naidan. Xu Haohuan is anticipated by many Taiwan Go hobbyists, as he won a lot of tournaments in Taiwan. However, he did not perform very good in the Chinese League A or the Korean League A. In this game with Ding Hao, he did not give too much pressure to Ding Hao, and Ding Hao won the game successfully. Finally, let's take a look to other games. Representative of Europe is Ali Jabalin, Tudan. He challenged Zhang Ruijie, Naidan. It is too hard to fight against a world championship. The right is Ali Jabalin and the left is Zhang Ruijie. At last, Ali Jabalin lost the game with a large group of death stones. And then the representative of North America challenged Li Weixin Naidan. Alexander Qi Wendan seems to be a very young professional player. I see the news that he is the youngest player in North America, but yet Li Weixin won without any surprise. And the last game would be between the Korean player and the Japanese player. An Shunjun won Yu Zhenqi H-Dan. After this loss, all the Japanese players were knocked out in the first round, so in the second round there are only both Chinese players and the Korean players. All other players were knocked out. Okay, then we will now take a look at some games. Let's first look at this game between An Xunzhong and Yu Zhenqi. Yu Zhenqi is leading in the opening, as Black makes some mistakes in the opening stage. Now this group is in a danger. White played this move, trying to kill the Black group, and we could see that there indeed not enough space for Black to make a life shape. Black played here, White played this to prevent Black to make an eye. Now, if Black try to play this move to leave, it will be failed. After White connect and Black played here. Please pause the video if you need some time to calculate the life and death, or otherwise I would show the answer. This would be a dead group, but White should not play this to kill the Black group. Otherwise there is a good move. Black could play this. If Black just play this trying to make an eye, White could play this, and then Black, after this shape, there is only a false eye here, so Black will dead. But there is a good move for Black. Black could first play this diagonal move, and after White's block, Black could make an eye. After the exchange, this group will leave. But White fall is a mistake. White could just play this one, and then the Black group will dead. Because if Black try to cut it, White could play this. And if Black try to play this again, now White could kill the Black. There is no way for the Black to leave the group. Black play this push. It is very easy for White to kill the group. White could only need to play this. Then the Black group will dead. Then White could have a very significant advantage. However, White blocked it. The reason White blocked it is because White see that he could play this cut. If Black played this one, White could play the cut and capture the 3 Black stones. If Black play elsewhere, for example this, to prevent the capture of these 3 stones, then White could connect here. White will have better points than just retreat. However, this is a mistake, because after Black cuts here, Black could go back and connect with the corner. Although this connect is a bit, it's very unhappy because Black could only connect through the bottom line and there are no any points when Black escaped the group. However, Black lifted anyway. As Black lifted, the advantage of white is not that huge. Black could fight with white by getting more points, and black player come back easily in the Yose. The second game we will take a look is between Tanxiao Naidan from China and Hujiayan Naidan from Japan. Actually, you could see both this Japanese player and this Japanese player are both having a Chinese name, as they are players that come from Taiwan. Some talented Taiwan players will go to Japan to study Go, and I think because these players from Taiwan are quite very hardworking and they have good results in Japan. Okay, let's take a look at this game. Now, there is an intense fight in the middle. This group of black need to get out. If black gets out, then white will try to play a jump. A jump is better. A jump or a knight move to capture the 4 black stones here, and then this group of black stones will fight with this group of white stones. In the real game, black played one diagonal move first to ask for white response. White played this, and then black escaped. After white captured this, black successfully played a cut. This cut is so severe, and this cut makes black win the game. So what's the problem here? Here, instead, white should not block here. White should connect this one. White is correct that after black could hit this, K9 and this L4 become a Miai. If white play here, black could play this. And if white play this, black could get out. However, this is still the correct choice, and this is still a 50-50 game. In the real game, white did not acknowledge how strong is this cut. White could not hit here now because after black escape, the group of these 4 this stone would be cut with the stones at the corner. White choose to play this connect. This is a center because if black play at the corner, then white could hit here, and this will become a squeeze. So there is a Tetsuji here. This is a center. But after black played this wedge and connect, white need to play and capturing race with the stones at the corner. At first glance, it seems that white have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 liberties, so this capturing race is better for the white stones. However, there is some defect on this side. After black played this, white need to capture the stone in order to leave the group and play and capturing race. But after black played this move, white have no choice but to play here. Then this Tetsuji is very strong. Black played here. After this Tetsuji, the core at T9 and the core at T5 become a Miai. If white protect this core, then black could start a core here. This core is too important. If black could win the core, then the whole group of white stones would dead. So white could only protect this, and black could start a core on this side. That means the burden of black is very low, but the burden of white is very high, as black win the core, not only capturing the 4 stones at the here, but also capture all the stones on the edge. After this core, this game is very hard for Quzhou, and Tanxiao successfully win the game. Okay, then we will have a look at the most surprised game on the first round, which is the game of Quzhou playing against Lai Junfu. At this moment, AI suggests black to just play this diagonal move. Then we could see that white must play the connect, otherwise after the cut all the white stone would dead. After this exchange, black could start to finish the Yosef. And AI think that black has very large advantage for around more than 10 points. But in human perspective, it's definitely black has more points. But still, black still needs to finish the Yosef in order to win the game. It makes sense that black wants to get more. So, black played the cuts here, trying to capture all the white stones. Then black could easily win the game. But as black chooses to kill the white group, there would be risk. And we can see that after some exchange, white cut off the black group, and as the stones are all being cut, this becomes a very complicated fight. But yet, we could see now, after black captured these white stones, black obviously have more liberties to capture the white group here. So the only hope for white is to try to use the defense here to attack the black stones and try to capture the black group here. But you can see the shape. It's very hard for white to capture this group. And white did it anyway. After this double harness, white cut the black group. However, after black played this move to exchange, although white cut the black group, but this group of white need to leave also. Otherwise, if black could block the white, then black may win the capturing race and capture the white stones instead. And so, white need to connect this group with the group on this side. If they are connected, then white could win the capturing race easily and white may play a comeback. However, it's not easy. After white played here, black played this knight move. At first glance, white could play an attach here, but there is a very easy move for black. Black could just play here, and white connect, and after this, we can see that the group of black and white are being cut. Then white will lose the game. White need to play this harness first to try to make an life shape here. If white make a life shape here, then white could capture the stones on the middle. But it's still very easy game for black. If black divide the white stones, white need to try to make a life group here, and then black could attack the group on this side. We can see the variation given by AI. The group here is not yet lived, while this group also don't have any eyes. It's just too hard for white to win the game. I think black already won the game if black played this knight move. But Quzhou, I think he want to secure a safe victory. He played a diagonal move here. I think this move is very problematic. The reason is black obviously no need to play here. If white played this move, black could still kill the white, as there is an eye for the white group, and white do not have many liberties outside. Black could definitely win the capturing race. Even black need to play a tenuki. White played here can make an eye because black could not play this. White could play a squeeze and to capture the black stones. So yes, if white played here and played one more move, white can make an eye. But after white make an eye, as black also have an eye, this is only a seki. But I think he just want to secure an easy game, so he played here to make sure this group is live. He thinks there are many eye shape here as black played this exchange to secure one eye shape on N12. Then, even though white captured many stones here, black should have enough points to win the game. However, after white played this attach and this attach, yes, black could leave the group. And at last, black also leave the group. But in the progress, Black lose a lot of things. Black successfully make an I shape here, and this group is lifted, and this group is also lifted. So the group here dead. But in the progress, White connected in center with many points. As White connected with many points, this group dead very clearly. And also, after the exchange of these stones, the corner was hurted. As the corner was hurted, Black lost a lot of points at the corner too. After this exchange, Black lose more than a Komi, and Black finally lost the game. And I think the losing move of this game is this move. This move is unnecessary, and I think Quzhou played this because he want to secure a easy victory. But there is no easy victory in Go game. So this is the sharing of the highlights and the news of the Quzhou Lanke Cup first round. We'll see you in the next video.